you ever met someone who walked into a room and immediately caught your attention? Not because they were the loudest person there or trying to impress everyone, but because they simply seemed comfortable with who they were. That's confidence. For a long time, I thought confidence was something other people were born with. I assumed confident people didn't get nervous or doubt themselves. But the older I've gotten, the more I realize that that's not true at all. Confidence isn't something you magically wake up with one day. It's something you grow into. And if I'm honest, I'm still growing into it myself. An example, starting life skills with love. It's stretched me in ways I've never expected. Talking to a camera, posting videos, wondering if anyone would watch or if I'd say the wrong thing. It hasn't always been comfortable, but every time I press record, I become a little more confident than I was the day before. That's exactly what today's lesson is really about. Not becoming fearless, but becoming willing. Confidence starts with self respect. It's one of the biggest lessons I've learned. And it's the lesson is that confidence doesn't begin with other people's opinions, it begins with promises you keep to yourself. It isn't an absence of fear, it's believing you're capable even when you're nervous. Most confident people still feel anxious before interviews, presentations, difficult conversations, or trying something new. The difference is they don't let their fear make their decisions. When you respect yourself, you start speaking to yourself with kindness. You stop letting mistakes define you. You become less dependent on everyone's approval and more focused on becoming the person you want to be. And that's where real confidence begins. Confidence is standing for what you believe in and believing in yourself. Before you ever say a word, people notice how you carry yourself. Standing a little taller, making eye contact, smiling naturally, walking with purpose. Those aren't tricks to fool people into thinking you're confident. Sometimes your body helps remind your mind that you're stronger than you feel. I've learned that there are days when I don't necessarily feel confident before recording a lesson, but once I stop overthinking and simply begin, my confidence catches up. Action has a funny way of quieting fear. Another thing I've noticed is that truly confident people don't feel the need to prove they're the smartest person in the room. They listen, they ask questions, they admit when they don't know something. And one of the strongest things you can say is, I don't know, but I'd like to learn. This isn't a weakness, it's confidence. Confidence shows people or respect, treat everyone with respect. Respect isn't just reserved for people who have influence or authority. It's shown in how you treat the cashier, the janitor, the coworker, the neighbor, the family member, even the person who disagrees with you. Confidence is often revealed in the moments that no one applauds. Kindness isn't weakness, it's maturity. You want to respect your dignity. Confidence also means knowing what isn't worth your energy. You don't have to attend to every argument you're invited into. You don't have to respond to every comment. You don't have to lower your standards just because everyone else is doing something. Sometimes the strongest response is simply walking away with your peace intact. Another thing about confidence is you want to stop comparing yourself. Social media makes it easy to believe everyone else has life figured out. Trust me, I've had those moments too. I look at creators who seem to be so natural on camera and wondered if I ever get there. Then I reminded myself that I'm not competing with them. I'm competing with yesterday's version of myself. Progress is much healthier comparison is a much healthier comparison than trying to reach perfection. Confidence isn't arrogant. Real confidence doesn't need to announce itself. Arrogance says, I'm better than everyone else. Confidence says, I know my worth and I believe you have worth too. There's room for both confidence and humility. In fact, I think they belong together. Confidence is built in ordinary moments. People often ask how to become more confident, expecting some big secret. There really isn't one. Confidence is built in ordinary moments. It's keeping your word. It's learning something new, showing up when it's uncomfortable, trying again when you failed, uh, doing the hard thing, even when your knees are shaking. Every one of those moments, send yourself a message. I trust me. And that's where lasting confidence comes in. So, if there's one thing I hope that you take away from today's lesson is this: you don't have to wait until you feel confident before you start. Sometimes confidence is the, the reward for starting. Excuse me. I know that it's been true for myself. Every lesson I record for Life Skills with Love pushes me outside of my comfort zone. Every video is a reminder that growth rarely happens where we're comfortable. And speaking of that, in our next lesson, it's going to be on public speaking, which is a little ironic because speaking in front of people has always challenged me. Even talking to a camera has been part of that journey, but I've learned that the thing the thing that stretches us often are the things that strengthen us. So next time we'll talk about um, speaking with confidence. So until then, remember, carry yourself with kindness, protect your dignity, respect yourself enough to keep growing because confidence is not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more of who you were created to be. So thank you for spending this time with me on Life Skills with Love. I'll see you in the next lesson.